morning that I had really hoped to get some of these other brothers to come. We've got such a wonderful congregation, and it's so important. Brandon said we'll probably never get to be together just like this again. And we need to be using our time here very wisely in the way that the Lord would have us to use it. I hope that you'll pray, and if God will bless me, then that'll be good. If He don't lift me up today, I'll take my seat and let somebody else come. And I've had so many things going through my mind this morning, and it seems like so often when I think that got me a sermon all worked out. I do it all the time. I guess because me being the coward that I am, I need me a little something to hold on to. While I may not have ever learned how to preach, I have learned a few lessons along the way. And I've learned to have confidence in the way that my Lord works. And a little bit along the way, sometimes I learned how to lay it over in His hands. I've enjoyed this weekend and getting to be with the family that I don't usually get to be with, and get to be with Mom and Dad one more time. And just pray just for a minute at a time. I'm as willing to preach this morning as I've ever been in my life. But people today, we need to have faith in the Lord today. You brothers understand that when I can lay my faith over on my Lord, when I can get myself out of the way, how the Son how He's blessed us in this world here. People today that, and you know what? We've got so many blessings that we don't even realize most of them as they come along. Listen, when I think about years ago when it seemed like when we was trying to raise our children and they was of an age, says, to give us so much trouble, didn't think how we'd get over that there. And then when I think about the Son, I'm following behind my two boys in this place here. The Son, how foolish can we be sometimes? Brother Randy, how weak can we be sometimes? Why today? People, don't you understand? The Son, if God came to you one day and said, the Son, you're low, you're miserable, you got nothing to redeem yourself with. If God came to you, people, and He said, but I'll tell you what I'll do. If you'll give me your heart. Why? I'll make you a mansion in heaven. Listen, and he said, if he told you that I'll give you joy unspeakable for all eternity, people, and he said, but you're going to have to live through this life on your own, and I won't help you in life, but when it's over, I'll give you some riches beyond riches. What a great deal that would be. But I'm telling you, he's given us so much more than that. Listen, aren't you glad today? That Jesus said, my peace I'm gonna leave with you. People, today, do you need a little peace in your life today? I'm pretty sure you do. Oh God, how good the Lord's been to us here. People, listen to me, how I love Sunday preach. Oh, God blesses me. Oh God, while I was sitting there on our seat, I told Daryl, I said, I just use these young boys today because when I look at them, Brother Randy, each one of them to me is a little sermon as we look at them sitting here and our little sisters, listen, people today, do you understand that, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I read me a story and I thought I'm a preacher if Daryl puts me up, but I've got to tell you, listen, I got a heavy heart this morning. Oh God, I want to tell you how real that God is. People, I don't care how brutal you've been. I don't care how wild you've been. I don't care what's behind you. You know, just like, just like I told a fellow out of prison one day, listen, when I was working out there and he was serving life, listen, for murder, and he was in a pretty mean gang out there, listen, in the prison, listen, and they sent him to me. They said, Chris, you better talk to him. They called him and told him his dad died. Oh God, and I brought him in my office and I began trying to talk to him. Listen, a young black man, as wild and Jake as it could be, and he sat there, he wouldn't even look at me, and I tried talking to him. I said, I hear you got some troubles in your life. Listen, and he looked away from me, and I come around and I sat down next to him, and I said, I'm sorry, and I'll pray for you. Listen, he looked back at me, and he had tears in his eyes. He says, I got nobody here. My family all lives in Texas. Listen, and I got nobody. And they said, my dad's dead. And I told him, I said, I don't know you. I don't know your dad. But do you know if your dad ever prayed? He said, my dad was a preacher down there. Listen, and you know, and I got chills over me. And I looked at him and I said, I got news for you. I'm going to go meet your dad one day. Listen, and I want to tell you something. You can be right there if you want to. And I told him like this. I said, you need to begin to pray. You need to fall down, listen, and pour your heart out. And you need to tell my Lord and that if you go to hell, it's going to be for what's behind you and not what is in front of you. People today, listen, my Lord is so merciful. Listen. We enjoy sitting around talking about the old times, laughing it up and having a good time. Honda, how much joy do we get when we all get together and we talk about those days and how much fun they were. But the sun says, I want to tell you about a time when me and Daryl, when we were teenagers, every once in a while, he'd make us a little trip down to visit with Darwin and stuff. And there was a time, a long time ago, and we came down, and your dad was running that little store in Columbus, Ohio there, and he left my cousin Darwin, about 16 years old. He'd have him run the cash register there because Darwin, he could cheat on so fast nobody could even catch him there. And we'd go hang out there with him. And we was in the back on one day, me and Daryl with Delano, and that's Dad's brother, son, and we was in the back, and he had a mirror there, a window, and he could see up front, and there was some boys in there, and it was starting to get a little rough, and Darwin was up there running that cash register. Oh God! And Delano, he looked over me and Daryl, he said, you boys stay here, and he pulled him a gun out, and he put it in his pocket, and he went up front, and he stayed there. And when me and Daryl went home, on our drive back to Michigan, we was talking, and we said, Delano is probably the coldest man we've ever known in our lives. People, listen to me. Let me tell you how God can work, how real that God is. There was nothing more important to him than money at that time. And it wasn't that much longer, that much later. Me and Daryl, we came into church and we began making trips down south just to hear good preaching. And there was a time then that we stopped on our way south, and we stopped at Delano's house, and we spent the night there. And we said, Delano, we're going down to church, down to Kentucky. Why don't you go with us? And the next morning he was up, and we all rode down there together, and the whole time that we was traveling, Delano was talking about God. And I'll never forget. He told us there, he said, when I was raising my children, all I could think about was being able to buy them things, having money, so I could show them my love by buying them things. And he said, and the most important thing I could have been teaching them, I never mentioned it. But something brought that man down. People today. But God bless him. To be able to still set an example for them. People, don't you know how real that God is? Don't you know that we're going to leave this world? It could be today, it might be 100 years from now. God, and you know what? You can believe anything you want to believe, but I choose to believe that when I get over home, be there. Son, oh God, I heard an old brother preach. Back in the 70s was high. And we had an old family reunion up in Belleville, Michigan. And they had a church out under a tent. And this was before before any of you come in church. And we had a little meeting there, and Brother Carrollington got up and closed that meeting down, and he done a pretty good job. And he said, you brothers get you a song, and I'll never forget. They started to sing a song, close it out, and he went over and put his hand on the book. He says, no, just wait a minute, I got something else to say. And he began to preach to all Dad's people sitting there. I believe Dad was the only one of Mama's children in the church at that time. And Brother Carroll, he put it to him like this. He said, I want to tell you children something, that your daddy's dead and gone, deacon in that church down there. And he said, if you heard that, he was over in Germany somewhere. Wouldn't you sell everything you got and buy you a little ticket and go see Daddy one more time? And he told them there, I'm telling you that Daddy's just over home, and you can get you a little ticket. I had to go over people. That's how real that he is. Son, do you have your little tickets? Our children, they're watching us. Our friends and our neighbors, they're watching us. Listen, I love to get together with my brothers and sisters. Listen, people, today, and we got all these little ones running around here. God bless them. There's no greater, Sunday school for them. And then when they see Mom and Dad bowing down to serve the Lord, people, there's nothing I'd rather do than feel the Spirit of God. How good that God has been to us. And life is changing so fast. We see it on the news every day, and we shake our head and say, oh, that's terrible. But when it comes home, Brother Chad, but when it comes home to us, listen, how real does it become then? Why, it just seems like, listen, time's moving so fast. Why, it just seems like when I picture Mikey here, to me, I picture one of these kids running around. It seems like that was the last time that I seen him. Now listen, today, people, how quickly it's going, and we don't have time to fool around. Do you think we're here just trying to fool somebody? I want you to go to heaven when we go today, and I feel like that. We've got some here that's bleating around the fold, and Brother Chad, and they just won't let go and say, Lord, here I am, Lord, a sinner, a lost, ruined, and undone. Here I am, Lord, I can't I can't do it, Lord, anymore on my own. You know, I was complaining the other day, Chad, I was complaining to Carol just the other day. I said, it seems like I've been able to dream about fishing for a while, and that kind of gets me down. How foolish can I be? But the Lord knows what we need and what we stand in need of today. And you know, it gets me down sometimes because I always said, oh God, bless me to dream about fishing. Listen, it's time for somebody to come home. You know, and just a few nights ago, and it was just after I said that, you know, the other night I dreamed that I was by a beautiful little creek there, and I could see all the way to the bottom. And I could see some fish in there, and I began fishing and pulling them out, and as fast as I could put my line in, I was pulling them out. I got to tell you something. The last one that I caught, I could barely get it out. And when I pulled it out, it was big and it was mean. And everybody jumped back, and it scared us, Brother Earl. And I thought, I'm going to have to kill this one. Listen, and I got me a knife, and I went down to the bank of the water there, and I grabbed it, and I killed it there. And when I killed it, a young man stood up, listen, and looked over at me, and he smiled so pretty. People, I'm telling you, that God's calling you home today. Listen, I'm telling you, you want to give me a little food, a little meat along the way. Meet me down by the water hole. Listen, and I'll drink that water, and I'll give me a meal. I'll steal it. Oh, God. People, are you ready to go home? This world just beat you down. Listen, has it driven you down to your knees? I'm going to hear. Listen, I'm going to hear a voice in the morning. You know, when they called me and said, the doctor says Dad's awful sick. Listen, I spent a miserable night by myself in a hotel, Daryl, over there in North Carolina. Listen, and I guess I cried myself to sleep that night. Why? Saying, Lord, one more time, Lord. This world it's just out of control. Lord, I just need to lay it in your hands, God. Listen, and I woke up so happy the next morning. Listen, people, who have you got to fight your battles? Listen, I want to tell you about my Savior. People, it's so I know you can have this world. You can have Savior. And one in the morning, I'm going to see Savior. Oh, God, people, come home. The church doors is open. We don't have time to waste. I'll try all in. I just want to say, try it. If you can pray and you feel like you prayed yourself off prayer, if you feel like you've gone as far as you can go and you've turned it over to the Lord, don't you think it's time that you show this world whose side it's on today? I'll live the joyful sound, Lord, here I am. Church doors is open.